Vanessa Zamora. We're at PubCon Las Vegas 2009, and joining me now is one of my favorites, Lawrence Coburn, president at RateItAll. What's up, Lawrence?
Hi, Vanessa. Good to see you again.
First of all, what's going on with the company?
Yeah, so I'm the CEO of RateItAll.com. We're consumer reviews and ratings of everything. We're working very hard on monetization right now, which is kind of a boring topic, but it's Q4, it's the holiday shopping season. This is when a lot of affiliate sites like ours make all of our money. So we're getting really close to profitability, which we're happy about, and we've been focused mostly on monetization. The other thing that we're working on that's also pretty exciting is we're going to be launching our first iPhone application hopefully in the next 6 weeks or so. And it has nothing to do with ratings. I can't talk a lot about the app, but it's called DoubleDutch.me. And it's basically a nightlife app that makes a game from your social life. And that's all I can really say about that. But if you want to go to DoubleDutch.me and sign up to check it out, we think it's going to be super fun, super cool, and something that we're going to use all the time. So.
Of course, we're all here to learn about what's going on with search, and there's some big changes happening. What is happening? What effects here?
Yeah, so I think it's a crazy, crazy time in search right now. I think it's one of the most interesting times in search that we've seen for a while. There's two big trends that are going on that I think is going to affect pretty much anybody that needs organic search traffic. The first is kind of ominous. This is on the Google side. We're seeing Google start to experiment with building destination pages for local businesses where they aggregate reviews from different sources, they aggregate the map information, they aggregate the hours information and the payment type information. So there's really no need to ever go any step beyond that. If Google's pulling in that information, why would you ever need to click over to Yelp or to RateItAll, for example? And we're also seeing them start to do that a little bit for products as well. So this is something that's a really major shift for Google. Google has always kind of made its business off of passing traffic on to third-party sites, which is how a lot of us are in business. And if they start to pass some percentage of that traffic to their own properties, I think this is going to be a big, big deal, and it's going to have major ramifications on the whole search industry. The second thing that I think is really interesting right now, and it's kind of conflicting with the first thing, is it's the rise of what I call these big horizontal content sites. And a good example of that would be demand media. And I see demand media as the most ambitious SEO play in the history of the web. They're reaching 55 million unique visitors right now. And I think where they're blazing new trails is that they have built their own algorithm which basically spits out keywords, long tail keywords, that they think they can rank for and that they think they can make money for. And so apparently they're already profitable. They're doing revenues of over $200 million. They're on track for an IPO. And this is basically the mass aggregation of everything the independent webmaster has been doing, which is identify keywords that you can make a business off of and build your content up around it, optimize it, get some traffic, and make more than you spend. And they're doing this times a million based on every keyword that their algorithm spits out. And there's a couple other companies like Answers.com and Wikia that are also looking to do a little bit of this. And this also has implications because for us independent webmasters, it means that the tail of search is going to get way more competitive than it ever was. Mm-hmm. And once the tail starts getting competitive, the head is already very difficult to play in. And if the tail starts to become competitive, we all need to start looking for different ways to get our traffic, which is where stuff like social comes in, or iPhone, or other channels that are just mobile that are just getting exposed to large numbers of people. So I think it's a really fun time in search. And then on top of everything, there's the whole caffeine update, which is coming soon for Google, and no one knows how that's going to play out. So like it's, as always with organic search, it's a scary and exciting time. So build your brand, build your alternative distribution channels, and get ready for the worst.
Ooh. So one last question before we go. So in 5 years, what do things look like?
Yeah, I saw a really interesting piece by Eric Schmidt based on where he thought of Google, of where he thought the whole industry was going to be in 5 years. And there are some entertaining things like, one is mobile. Like I think every year for the last 10 years, you've been hearing, this is the year of mobile.
Sure.
Well, this is really the year of mobile. I think mobile really is breaking out. Like the iPhone is growing faster than any consumer electronics product in the history of the world. Mm-hmm. So that's exciting. So that's a whole new world for web developers and webmasters to play in. The other thing that Schmidt said is that we're going to increasingly see Chinese language sites dominating the SERPs. So I don't really know how that plays into our strategic strategy because none of us speak Chinese, but something to watch. So a lot of mobile, a lot of Chinese, stuff changing every month, a couple of months. That's the way I see it.
So go learn Chinese is the moral of the
That's
story.
right. And get a cell phone. No.
Yeah, and get a cell phone. I think we've got that covered. All right, this is Vanessa Zamora. We're at PubCon Las Vegas. Thanks for joining us, Lawrence.
Thanks, Vanessa. Always a pleasure.